All right, wanted to give you an update. It's July 16th on the L995R. In previous videos, I think I mistakenly called it a L995B because I was misreading it and not thinking about it. The R usually means the options on the amp, and the R stands for reverb. There's an L995, it wouldn't have reverb. I've also seen RVs, which is reverb and vibrato, things like that. So sorry about that. So it's the L995R, and what I've been doing is give you an update. I have changed a lot of the Mallory capacitors. Actually, you can see the carnage there. So all of those came out, most of them off of this, I call it the preamp section, the tone controls, and there's no transistors on here. Well, there's little baby ones, but basically this feeds back into the power amp and to the reverb board. So you get the one section. There's basically two almost complete images, mirror images on there. There's three of the big 90 Spragues that I put in, and there's four of the mini baby blues, I call them. Those are 10 microfarads. They're Philips versions. So I've got those all replaced. I also did 5 of the Philips. Let me move the light here a little bit. On the reverb board, I'm missing this 500. That's going to go right here where this shadow is. It's basically a trace on the back for copper. But that basically doesn't even test as a component. I either damaged, either it opened by itself or I damaged it when I took it out. So that's a bad one. So this is the last board I've got to do, but I'm waiting in the mail for these 500s, and then these 2 white Mallorys will go. I'm also going to replace the 2 transistors that are back here. I have those coming. I want to take this board off and put it back on once. I'll also check the components when I can get to the back side. I also want to see if I can't get this a little farther away. It's really close to the circuit board. And these are the cement resistors, and they get hot. I like to see them floating in the midair like these, like this. They're doing here, and because I just, even on this one, actually, when I was testing, I did a temperature tester. This pilot light, this guy was over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to fix that. Probably not by replacing this, but just changing this from an incandescent bulb to a LED version. They make real nice ones, and they draw virtually no current, so that drops the current flow. I also want to change it from basically being connected to the speaker jack case ground, because I want to move this from a 2-wire system to a 3-wire with a true green, case ground. And I'll have to go through all the places where it looks like they just shortcut and took it right to the ground, right to the case. The old death cap's got to come off right there. That's what they did. They just took that and ran that. If that cap ever goes closed, you've got current on the case, which translates to your input and your output devices. Anyway, off track. Anyway, I wanted to give you an update on the recapping and the progress. Stay tuned. We should be able to, once I get that stuff back together, I'll test some of these transistors here that are coming through. They're pretty, isolated as it is. So I should be able to test them almost without, unmounting them, I'm hoping. And these guys, 4,500 microfarads, they're testing about 5,100 or 5,200, which is quite a bit off. But they might come down a little bit with some reformation, or there's certainly, I think they'll be okay for the next round of testing. So wanted to give you an update on the Kustom L995R Resurrection.